Yes. Okay. So for foot and ankle strengthening, you want to just come up to standing with that ball between your ankles. Squeeze the ball. Good. Standing tall and becoming present in your body. Take a giant inhale, bending your knees and stretching your arms up. Welcome to class. Welcome to the day. Look up to the sky, to the heavens, to your skylight, whatever it is that you see. Lift your heart up. Take a giant breath. And then as you exhale, let your arms come forward, forward. Really stretch, stretching your spine back and your arms forward. Good. And then hang wherever you feel like hanging. Let your arms move like little tiny egg beaters. Take a breath in here and then exhale, roll your spine up, anchoring tailbone, stacking the bones. And then when you come all the way up, feel just for a moment a tiny bit taller and that you're occupying a little tiny bit more space than you did a moment ago. That's a good thing. Now, we're going to lift up to releve and lower down, and it's slow. It's a lift up, little pause, and lower down. My feet are as parallel as I can make them. From my foot, that means that the outer edges of my feet are really even. And I'm just lifting up to the highest point that I can, and I'm lowering all the way down. I'm trying to do that smoothly as I lift up and I lower down. And one more time up, one more time down. Good. Now we're just going to bend the knees, keeping the spine tall. It's a little knee bend, and then squeeze the ball to stand tall. Bend and straighten. These are a little bit faster. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten and bend and straighten. Good. Now we're going to lift all the way up. Bend the knees, drop the heels, stand tall. It's up, bend, heels, tall. Up, bend, heels, tall. Keep going. Up, bend, heels, stand tall. Again, lift. Bend, heels drop, stand it tall once more. Bend, heels, and tall. Good. Now we're going to reverse it. We bend, we pick up the heels. Keeping the heels off, we go all the way up and we drop it down. So it's bend, heels off, lift up, and then whoosh, down. Bend, heels, up, and down again, bend, heels, up and down and bend, heels, up and down. Once more, bend, heels, up and down. Yay, okay. Let's release this ball, set it to the side, and we got 2 more sets for our feet and ankles. In this one, it's external rotation. For my body, my heels are touching. For some of you, you have big bony ankles and it's kind of uncomfortable and maybe your feet are a little bit apart. Just honoring our bodies, just because mine touch, yours might not. And it's releve and down. So we're just lifting up and down. Good for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Good, and 1. Nice. Now it's plie. Squeeze those inner thighs. Good. This can be a knee strengthening as well as your ankles and feet. Just a little plie by thinking about activating through your inner knee. Pulling up on your inner knee. Good. One more time. Perfect. Now it's up, bend, heels drop, stand tall, releve, bend the knees, drop, stand it tall, up, bend, heels, stand tall again, up, bend, heels, tall, and up, bend, heels, tall, once more, up, bend, heels and tall. Reverse. Bend, heels, releve, down. Bend, heels, releve, down. Bend the knees, lift the heels all the way up, lower it down. Bend, heels, up, down. Bend the knees, lift the heels all the way to releve, lower it down. Once more. Bend, heels, up and down. Good. Did we do the reverse of that? I got mixed up. Bend, lift, up and down. I don't know if we did or not. Okay, let's do it anyway. Bend, heels, up, down. Bend, heels, up and down. Good. You'll tell me after class, but the good thing is I was so lost in the moment, I forgot which way we were going. That's a good thing. Okay. Now the last part here, shake out your legs, is the internal rotation. So you're in your beginning skiing position, right? And you might have your feet closer together. You might have them slightly apart. Okay, I'm gonna just play with that for a second to see where it's not too crazy. I'm not forcing my feet to be turned toward each other. It's a little internal rotation. Okay, then before I start, I do want to glance down. I want to check that my feet are pretty even. Yep, and that it's not just my feet, right? It's my feet, but it's my ankle joint, my knee joint, and my hip joint. So thinking about all of those joints internally rotated, and then it's releve, down, lift your heels, lower and lift, lower, keep going, lift, lower and lift, lower. Good, you don't do this very often. Is there any activity that you're pigeon-toeing it all the time? I guess if you're a beginner skier or you're skiing a lot, you would use this position. But other than that, I can't think of one. It's good work. Okay, good. And then it's just a little plie and up, little bend of the knees and up, little bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Good. I did put on YouTube a total footwork series. It is available because you know what? You probably need to do footwork like a couple times a month, this whole series. So it is online there for you. Very helpful. We do this on the reformer, but it's harder actually standing. Good. Now it's up, bend, heel, stand tall. I'm going to go a little slower on this one. So I can really hit each position perfectly. Up, woohoo, bend, heels, and tall, and up, bend, heels, and tall, and up, bend the knees, heels, and tall. You'll notice when I bend my knees, they come together because I'm internally rotated. Good. And tall once more. Up, bend, heels, and tall. Now the opposite. In, heels, releve, down, bend, heels lift, releve, down, bend, heels lift, releve, down, bend, heels lift, releve, down, and bend, heels lift, releve, down. Last two, bend, heels, up, down, one more, bend, heels, up and down. Good, bring your feet in, march it out. Good, notice how good your ankles and feet feel. Good strengthening. Okay, we want to grab our weights. Any weights that you have are nice. I've got my 5-pounders today. And I'm gonna face sideways so you can see what I'm doing. And I've got my ball. Why not use my ball? Ball goes between inner thighs. I'm squeezing it and suddenly I just got much more access to core and glutes. I'm gonna bend my knees, lean a little bit forward, take my arms back as far as I can. And then it's tiny, tiny pulses up, 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 and up, 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 pulse it up, 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 up. Good. Now keep your elbows up, keep your arms lifted, lengthen through the top of your head, bend, and straighten. These have to be slow. If they're not slow, you're going to be swinging your arms. You're not going to be getting anything out of the back of your arms. That's kind of what we're after. We're after the back side of the arms, tricep presses. And today, because it's a beautiful summer day, we're going to do 20. Good. Try to keep that good form. 19. And for me, I have to keep thinking the whole time, lengthening through the top of my head. Keep thinking about not swinging my arms. Keep thinking about keeping my elbows lifted. Otherwise, I cheat on these. So maybe you're like me. Let's see if we can bust out 12, 11. Good, perfect form. 10 and 9 and 8. Yes, we can. It's 7 and 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold it up. Lengthen through the top of your head. Small lift. Notice my arms are not lifted as high as they were. I'm doing my best. Lift. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we did that set. Woohoo! Woohoo! Good. We have second set of triceps today. Yes, we do. So I'm just standing upright. Going to keep the ball between my inner thighs, keeping it squeezed. Arms lift up to the sky, elbows bend. On this one, the elbows can't migrate wide, otherwise you're not using the right muscles. They have to be close together. Maybe the weights touch. Maybe that's a helpful thing. You're going to lengthen up and bend. And you want these to be slow because you want to get every little nuance of the movement. Good. For me, it helps to squeeze the ball and exhale as I lengthen. So it's good. See if we can do 12 and 11 and 10. Woohoo! Maybe you've got 20-pound weights in your hands. That would be fine as long as you keep your form. Maybe you're using your arm weight. That is fine as long as you keep your form. Okay, 7 and 6 more. Woohoo! 5. I always need triceps. And 3 and 2. Good. Last one. Let your arms come down smoothly. Let your arms hang with or without the weights. We just finished our standing set with side bends. One arm pulls you, the other one kind of lifts up a little bit. Thinking about your head in alignment with your spine. So you might think of yourself lying down and your head is going side to side. So you just do not have any forward position of the head. You could think of yourself inside of a toaster and there are hot burning coils because someone turned the toaster on in front of you and behind you. So you have to do a side bend. You have to be very careful about a side bend. Yeah, and then a little faster in your hot coiled toaster. Side to side. Oh, it's getting toasty in here. Ah, okay, we did it. Yoo-hoo. Let's transition now to the mat. That was a great set. I know it's not hardcore with your feet, but it's necessary. Okay, I'd like to start out here today with just the ball. And we're going to come to a seated position. And the ball is going to start out with your inner thighs, just like we had it standing. Take a minute here to assess. You're thinking about the bottom of your feet. You're thinking about sitting up nice and tall. You're going to take a breath in, and then as you exhale, hold on to your legs as you come down for 10 counts, 9 counts, and you're stretching your spine as you come down. That's why we're taking so long. Stretch your spine, stretch your spine, stretch your spine, stretch your spine. Good. Come all the way down. Release your legs and lie down on your mat, inhaling deeply and exhaling deeply. I want you to feel your belly rise as you inhale and your belly conflate as you exhale. So your belly expands on the inhale and it goes inward on the exhale, very low, below your navel. You're doing a deep diaphragmatic breath. That's what we want today. That's what we want in our life. Inhaling all the way down into your belly. Exhaling. Good. Okay. From here, let's start out with arms up to the sky. Take a nice breath in. Give yourself enough space through the shoulders so that it feels comfortable. You could kind of imagine that you're holding onto a stick. Sometimes that helps you plug your shoulders in and gives you a little bit of extra activation through your rib cage. So kind of notice maybe, oh, holding onto an imaginary stick is helpful. Take a breath in and then exhale. Arms, start the movement with the stick. We pick up our head and we reach the arms on the imaginary stick over the feet. We're keeping our tailbone flat and we're lifting above shoulder blades. And then we come slowly back down. Good. Again, reach, lift, really reach more, squeeze your ball. Realize you're above your shoulder blades. You can feel them off the mat and smoothly back down. One more time for that sequencing. It's the arms, head, reach, reach more. Reach more. Yes, that's it. That way, our neck feels so happy. We want to keep it happy as we continue. Okay, now, breath in, exhale. Lift up to that beautiful place where there's no tension. Maybe you need to lift up a little higher to find it. The arms are going to pump, inhaling for 5 little depressions and exhaling for 5 little depressions. It's a little sipping breath, yes. And then we're going to lower back down. If at any point your head, neck, and shoulders are tense, you can keep your head down. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it again. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, and lower back down. Good. Each time we come up, we do an extra one. So each time we come down, we're going to do a side-to-side nod of the head. I always worry about you creating tension in your neck, so that's what we're going to do. This time we come up and it's 3. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift up. Get up there, good. And it's inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slowly lower all the way down. Let your head nod like you're nodding no. Take a breath in. We're going to come up for 4 sets. Good. You're up there as high as you can lift. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lower down smoothly. Let your head relax. Let your head and neck nod no. Oh, I like that. It really relaxes my neck in between the sets. Okay, we're coming up for 5. Breath in, exhale, and lift up, 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 up. Find your spot. Here we go for 5 in a row. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slowly lower all the way down. Let your head rock side to side. Good, we're coming up for 6. Here we go. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift up, hands, then head. Lift up above shoulder blades, and it's 6 in a row. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slowly lower down. Ah, let your head and neck completely release. Ah, good. Okay, we are going to do 7, lucky 7. Okay, this will be our last set. I was going to make you do 10, but we have lots of other things to do in class today, not just hundreds. So here's our final set of lucky 7. Take a breath in. Exhale, push the hands, float your head, lift up, find your spot. Good. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lower down. Let your head rock side to side. Good job. Now, I don't know about you, but I got some work on my inner thighs because I was constantly, as I was doing my percussive breathing, I was also squeezing the ball. So that was quite the inner thigh workout for me as well. Okay, perfect job. Let's take the ball under the sacrum and do a little bit of stretching and let our head and neck lengthen and just be heavy on the ground. Arms are relaxed at your sides. We're going to start off with just one leg lifted. For me, I've got my left lifted. That's fine for you, whatever you have. Let one leg stretch up and the other one push down. So it's almost like you're doing the half splits. You're pushing one leg down and one leg up. And I want you to point and flex and then circle that extended leg. Good. Now take it down, maybe to the height of the other knee, maybe to the floor and all the way up. Good. It's a big kick. Kick. And kick. Good. And kick. Good. And kick. It's a big kick. Good. All the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. Kick. And replace that foot. Good. Other leg comes up. Find the opposition. So now my left foot is down. It's pushing into the ground. Right foot is reaching. The toes are reaching toward my head. This is a stretch. I feel this. Point and flex your extended foot and circle the ankle. Good. And then take it down and up. Find your beautiful range of motion. This is your biggest kick that you can do. You're pulling down on the ball because the ball's underneath you. So I don't have to cue you on that. But you can feel your core muscles are all very active here. Yes. Now take it even bigger, like you really mean it. You're kicking. Yes. Kick. This is such a great stretch and strengthener. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Good. Both legs up. And it's a high recumbent bicycle. You inherited a recumbent bicycle from your Uncle Joe, and you are on the recumbent bicycle. Woo, 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 woo. Good. Now the bicycle is growing. It's like Alice in Wonderland. The bicycle is growing, and now it's kind of like a normal bicycle. And you're like, oh yeah, I know how to do this. And then it's growing bigger, like it's a penny cycle. Is that what they call those old cycles with the giant front and the teeny tiny little back? One of those. And you're on this big bicycle, you can barely reach the pedals, and you're trying to keep going on this crazy antique bicycle. And push, 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 make it big for 10 more cycles. 9, 8, 7, as big as you can now. Yes, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back cycle easy. It's a scoop, scoop, scoop. Yes, back cycle easy. Easy, 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 easy. And let your legs hang in space. Breathe in and breathe out. Oh. Yay. Okay. From this position here, I'm gonna lift up and remove my ball. We're gonna do some classic Pilates, meaning that we'll be in flexion. You can keep the ball underneath your sacrum and keep your head down for these activities. Always finding your own modifications that feel good for your body. So for flexion, the hands come behind the head. I'm taking a minute to lengthen my neck, so I'm lightly pulling on my neck. I'm gonna set myself up in tabletop, one leg and the other leg coming up to tabletop. And I'm finding my knees kind of slipping into the socket here. And I'm finding that my back wants to arch in this position, and I'm lightly bringing it in. So I'm adding more core. Yeah, so that's my setup. Now, I'm gonna lift my head, neck, and shoulders up. So I'm gonna lift up, 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 up. And for me, it really helps to release my hands, pull myself up just a little bit higher, and then the hands go back behind the head. That way, I have zero neck stress. So maybe that's a helpful thing for you too. Now I'm trying my darndest to keep my belly in. I'm pulling downward as I lengthen one leg out and one leg in for single leg stretch. Good, it's one in and one out. One in and one out. Cha-cha, 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 cha-cha. Good, and I'm trying to really find the rhythm, and I'm trying to stay lifted. My feet are pointed. Pointed. It's not that I'm stressing my toes, I'm just pointing my feet from the top. Good job. Now I'm going to twist and twist and twist, and I'm reaching armpit to the outside of the knee, not really elbow to the knee. I'm lifting with my ribs. Reach and reach and reach and reach. Keep going. Twist and reach. Twist and reach. Twist and reach. Twist and reach. Good. Now back to center. It's 3 times double leg stretch. Open elbows, lengthen both legs. Pull everything in. Do that again. Out. Pull everything in. One more time. Out. Pull everything in. Lower your head. Relax your arms. Let your legs drop to any side. And then turn your head away. And take a second here, because we have a whole second set of what we just did. But you want to breathe into your ribs. We're doing a lot of oblique action today. You could take a deep inhale through your nose and kind of a deep sigh through your mouth. Good, and then bringing it through center, allow the legs to go the other direction, and then your head turns away. Same thing here, 2 or 3 deep breaths consciously. Perfect. Bring that back to center. Good. Hug your knees into your body. Rock a little side to side and let your head and neck go for a second. Good. Time to get rid of any tension that you've stored in your neck or shoulders. This is a great way to do it. Just rock it side to side. Okay, good. Now, I'm going to do the same exact set. If by any chance you want to change it, it might be fun just to keep your head and neck down and do the legs with me. You can choose. I'm going to lift up. My legs are in perfect tabletop. I'm going to lift up to flexion and then take a second just to lift up a little bit higher. Good. One leg in and one leg out. I get my single leg stretch really moving. And then it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I add a twist and I slow it down a little. It's reach and reach. Armpit to the outside of the knee. I'm trying to use my intercostal muscles. So it's rib cage, rib cage, rib cage. Good. Keep going. Keep going. It's a crisp and a cross. It's crisscross. Cha-cha. Cha-cha. Oh, yes. I want you to go with me. 10 more. 9 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bring it all the way in. Legs lengthen out, elbows open, pull it in. Good, out, pull it in. One more, out, bring it in, lower down, release into a melted position on the ground. Let your legs wobble in and out. And if you like, head wobbles too. What the heck? Beautiful, that was a great job. I like that. We're gonna move into a quick booty busting set. And on this one, let's see about using our ball. If you can find your ball, grab a hold of that. I'm gonna swivel around just for a variety so I can see something different around this positioning. And my arms are at my sides and they're active. I'm going to lift my hips up, good, and then just find that nice, long, lean position here. And then I want to spread my shoulder blades. Yes, from this perfect bridge position, could I lift my hips up any higher? A little teeny bit, I could. Then I want to stay here, I want to keep squeezing the ball, and I'm going to let my heels lift and my heels lower. I'm going to let my heels lift up, and I'm going to let them lower. Good, so my heels lift, heels lower. Heels lift, heels lower. Keep going, lift and lower and lift and lower and lift and lower and lift and hold. Good. So your heels are off the ground. You're gonna allow your arms to rise up to the ceiling if you can. Hands are palms facing toward each other. And then now from here, I'm gonna drop the heels, lift the heels. Feels just a little different. Drop and lift and drop and lift. Keep going. Drop the heels, lift the heels. 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 Drop the heels, lift the heels, and hold. Good. From this position, can you give me 10 ball squeezes? And squeeze your ball and release your ball. Squeeze and release and squeeze and release. And it's 4 and 3. Oh, I'm counting backwards. Sorry. 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. Good. Last one. 10. Heels drop. Stay lifted. Give me 10 more ball squeezes with flat feet. It's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Stay lifted with me. Can you pick up your toes? Can you pick up your toes so that you're balanced on your heels? That is a little bit tricky, but can you really try? Really try to balance on your heels. Would it be better if you slid your feet out a little bit further? Can you get your toes up more? Okay, so find your positioning. Arms come back up and there's energy through the hands. Do not let your hips sag. Your hips have to be completely level. And you could imagine that you've got a pile of books right here on your pelvis so that there's weight here. Good. Now keeping your toes lifted up toward the ceiling. I want you to squeeze your ball for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now heels come down. Maybe walk your feet an inch or a centimeter or something toward your head. Good. And then the last set here, it's all about the pelvis. So you stay lifted, then you release your pelvis and you squeeze. Release it and then squeeze the ball. Release the pelvis and squeeze. Pelvic floor, inner thighs, and definitely glutes. 20 and 19, if we can. 18, in bar, this one's for you. 17 and 16 and 15 and 14 and 13 and 12 and 11 and 10, make it tiny. 9 and 8 and 7, don't let your butt touch the floor, keep it lifted, yes, and 3 and 2, last one, arms come down, take an inhale, exhale, softly, smoothly release your spine to the ground, good work, remove your ball, and woo, and stretch one leg up and across the other for our number 4 single leg bridges today. Woohoo! Okay, the goal of the single leg bridge is to keep the spine even. Your mind's eye is focused on your spine. Your arms are helping at your sides. You take a breath in. On the exhale, you lift up in one fell swoop. You feel your shoulder blades, and then you come down smoothly, one bone, and then the next bone. It's a little challenging with one leg lifted to come down evenly. That's the challenge. Good, so we lift, and we smoothly roll the spine down. You did it. Again, lift, smoothly roll that spine down. Yes, and lift up, smoothly roll that spine down. Again, lift, smoothly roll your spine down. Again, lift up, smoothly roll your spine down. And again, lift, roll your spine down. One more time, lift up and roll your spine down. Good job. Shake out your legs by kicking your butt. And then other side. Good, you're in your happy number 4 stretch. There's somewhat of a stretch. It's obviously not as much as when we pull it in. You could pull it in if you really need it for a second. Ha-ha. And then keeping your hips even and your mind's eye on your spine. Take a breath in and then exhale, push up to your bridge. On the first one, you're checking your form. It should be perfect bridge, even though it's only one leg. And then roll the spine down evenly, thinking. It's lift, and then exhale, roll down. Inhale up. Exhale, roll with control down. You gotta focus. Again, lift up, roll that spine down. Again, lift off, roll down. Good job again, lift off, roll down. Do it again, lift off, roll down. One more time, lift off with me. Good, and make this one the best one yet. Evenly, as if you had 2 feet on the ground, all the way down. Tailbone comes down, release your legs, and kick out your butt one more time. Woohoo! Good. Okay, so now let's rock ourselves up and sideways. We've got a little bit of oblique action here today, and these are challenging. We haven't done them in a while. Maybe I shouldn't preface the exercise with that. Let's give it a shot. These are our side-lying teasers. This whole set is all about obliques, and yes, we will use the hips. So you're gonna slide down, and your lower arm is a resting spot for your head. Your upper arm is gonna help with the movement. Now for me, I like to have a little tiny bit of a bend, a little teeny bit of a bend. What do you call the little thing that's from Australia that you throw? A boomerang, is that it, the boomerang? Kind of like a boomerang position. You might have more success with your legs a little bit forward yet. Now the first one we're gonna do really slow. The arms come and they touch over the head. The top arm lifts, the bottom arm slides on your mat up, and the elbow comes in and you lift your legs up, and now you're resting on your hip. So that's your side teaser. Legs should be together. And then slide back down as gracefully as you possibly can. Nice. Let's try that again slow. Top arm, then the bottom arm, your head lifts, your legs start to lift. You do a little bit of a twist, so you come up and you're on the side of your hip or your glute cheek. You find it, and then you come back down. Now let's bring up the speed. Let's see if we can do 8. We're gonna do 8. And down, woohoo! And 7, And down. Good, now my sliding arm underneath me is helping me, but not much. It's not helping me much. Good, and 5 more. 5. Yes, looking good. And 4. 4. Woo-hoo. Yeah, I know these are a little tricky. It's good to do a little tricky work now and again. Yes, and 1 more if you can. Even if you did 2 or 3 of these today, you get a gold star. Yes, okay. Woo. Now, I'm gonna just come to a comfortable place with my head and neck. For me, this is it. I'm gonna focus on my feet for a moment. My top arm is gonna push lightly away because it's helping me stay in this perfect sideline position. And my feet are relaxed, and I lift my top foot, I lift my bottom foot, I flex and point, and I lower. It's lift, lift, flex, point, lower. 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 Couple more. Lift, lift, flex, point, lower. Lift, lift, flex, point, lower. Lift, lift, flex your feet, point your feet, lower your feet. It's lift, lift, flex, point, lower. 2 more. Lift, lift, flex, point, lower. Last one. Lift, lift, flex, point, lower. Good job. Bend your knees in. Bring one arm forward and the other arm forward. Palms are resting one on the other. Slide one arm forward. And then look at your upward hand, and you are slowly moving into a twist, and the arm comes to the floor on the other side, and your head twists, and you breathe into that. Breathe into any places in your body. Maybe it's your armpit, maybe it's your lats, maybe it's your neck, wherever it is. Maybe it's your rib cage, maybe it's your low back. Breathe into all of those places. Imagine fresh, wonderful oxygenation in your body. In the twist. Sometimes I think that exercise is about, well, yoga especially, and stretching, is about getting into some really weird positions and then breathing. It really is. Okay, that to me feels very, very nice today. I guess I need that one. You're gonna stretch the arm back over as gracefully as you can, and then we're gonna do the other side. That was kind of fun. I like that set today. Woo. Okay, so you come to the other side. It's very helpful for me to bring my legs a little bit forward so the feet are in the front of the mat, in this boomerang shape. My top arm comes up, and the movement of the top arm is going to help me. I lift the top arm, and I slide with my underneath arm, and I come to my side teaser as best I can. And then I slide all the way back down. Good, let's do it again. Arm, arm, lift up and find it. Woohoo! Back down. Let's see if we can do it 8 times. It's 8 and lower. Good. And 7 and lower. Woo! And 6 and lower. And 5 and lower. I really feel these in my waist. Do you feel it exactly right at your waist? That's a good feeling. 3 more. 3 and lower. And 2. One more if you can. One more. Good. Find it. Grab your phone and do a quick selfie if it looks really good. And then come back down. Oh, I like those today. Okay, so now you're comfortable. You're going to focus here on getting your leg shooting straight out from you. And it's top leg, bottom leg, flex, point, lower. It's lift, lift, flex, point, lower. 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 Couple more. Lift, lift, flex, point, lower. Keep going. Flex, point, lower. Lift, lift, flex, point, lower. Lift, lift, flex, point, lower. I feel these on my upper thigh and my hip. And because we did some really good oblique work, I still feel my waist really active. I feel that too. It feels like some areas that I really need. I also all of a sudden felt my glutes really kick in. Okay, 3 more. Lift, lift, flex, point, lower. Lift, lift, flex, point, lower. Lift, lift, flex, point, lower. Good work. Okay, bring your knees in. Let one hand come forward and the other hand join it. Palm on palm. Stretch the top arm forward. And then look at that moving arm. So your eyes are looking at it. And you're slowly opening up all the way to the other side as much as you can. You're in a big twist. You breathe into anywhere. Good, and paying attention, perhaps this side feels different. It should. It's a different experience. Do you need the side stretch, side twisted stretch? Yes, I do too. Okay, good. And then smoothly, maybe one more breath if you're really into it. Yeah. Then let your arm come back. Good job. And let's come up for just a couple of cat stretches. We're finishing up our class with some really nice stretching. So from quadruped position, if that works for you, you're gonna arch your spine as much as you can. You're pushing, pushing. And then you're gonna pull yourself forward. When you pull yourself forward, your heels of your hands are pulling towards your knees. You're lifting your eye gaze upward and you're stretching your collarbones apart. Exhale, push against the floor. Really try to round your back. Stay there for a breath or two. These are slow. And then exhale, you could start out with someone pulling your tail, that kind of feeling, and then the heels dig in, and you're pulling yourself forward. Your eye gaze is forward, and your chest is lifted, collarbones wide. Good, now do a couple more on your own timing. Try to get the maximum amount of stretch that feels good for you. Think of these cat stretches here as your medicine for the day. They're like your microgreens. Okay, good. When you come back to your quadruped position, find your spine into a lengthened position, so your spine is very long. Remembering always to honor wherever you are with your wrists. My wrists feel fantastic in this position, but sometimes they feel more fantastic when I'm making a fist. Of course, forearms are an option too. Now, keeping your back super straight, we're just going to take a slight balance, a little teeny balance, and then we move on to our TheraBand stretches. On this one, I want you to start with your left arm and your right leg. Find that diagonal in your body, and then smoothly, evenly, try to move the limbs in perfect opposition. Out, and then up. When you find them in perfect opposition, reach your big toe away from your middle finger. Reach, good, and then smoothly coming down as best you can, completely evenly. Good, let's try that on the other side. Right arm, left leg. Smoothly find the diagonal. Lifting up in perfect opposition. And then big toe to middle finger. Stretch, 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 stretch. Good job. And then keep it coming down evenly, as if the limbs are working in perfect opposition. Excellent. Sit back onto your feet. Good. And take your fingers into tiny little clusters and then spread them out. Just a little wrist release. Like you're spreading little happiness around the world. You're a fairy, a joyful fairy. Okay, that sounded really weird, but whatever you are, you're bringing happiness and joy to the world. A joyful fairy. Okay, so let's head back onto our back, this time finding your TheraBand. Ah, good. And for our final stretch, we're gonna take our leg, whichever one you want. I'm gonna do right leg first today. Up into the band. Left leg is long on the ground. Good, we find that opposition here, and then walk the hands up toward that right foot. Pull the arms out, so that now you're stretching your arms, your legs, your whole body is feeling something. I'm pressing out a little bit on my band. Good, I only have time for 3 breaths. So 3 breaths. Ah. Good, maximum stretch, so you can really get something out of it. It feels lovely, everything is zinging. Ah. Okay, and then the other side. Pulling down, lengthening opposite leg if you can, reaching arms up, so you're holding on pretty high, and then pulling out. Yeah, so now my whole body is involved, and I get 3 deep breaths. Ah. Yay! Okay, people, we didn't get a lot of talking in today because we were so focused on our exercising. But remember, there's a really fun art workshop coming up with Donna Thompson, one of our students. So if you'd like to join that with us, it's going to be really fun. We are going to get a tea party together soon and a hiking group. So contact me for other fun activities. Yay!